What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today is going to be just a thorough update video because there's so much going on. As you guys have seen in the videos prior to this, we are getting our Mazdaspeed6 ready to be put back together and be a completely different animal, to be honest. I mean, the car is going to be gone through top to bottom, and it's a lot of work, and there's a lot of moving pieces, and then there's a bunch of other stuff going on. So I kind of wanted to just sit down and update you guys on what is going on and like kind of the plan with the car, and talk about our other car that a lot of people have been asking about, and what we're kind of up to right now. So definitely stay tuned. I'm going to try to keep this a little shorter so you guys aren't sticking around forever. I'm hoping to keep this like 10, 12 minutes or so if I can. If it's a little bit longer, sorry, but I just want to fill you guys in on all that's going on. All right, so as we sit right now, the motor is done and built and ready to go. The only thing that I need to do is put the transmission on in the transfer case. I've just been busy with work this week. So my plan is to get this on an engine hoist probably tomorrow night and get this transmission on there and the transfer case bolted up to that so it's a complete package ready to go. And possibly even, you know, hoist it into the car to get the engine mount secured on it and everything, just to get it in the car. There's a lot of parts on order and on their way. I just got some of them today, and I'm going to go over kind of what we're doing with the car to change it from how it was last time. If you remember, I'll pop up a picture on the screen right here, how the engine bay looked before. I had a fuel cell that was up here, and that was for our port injection system, because this car, if you don't know or haven't seen this platform, is that they are direct injection, so they have, you know, stock injectors that don't have an upgrade for them, so they're limited on fuel. So what you do is you add a port injection setup, which adds a secondary fuel rail like this up top. Stock one's down here, and it adds, you know, extra fuel for the car to make some power. So I had a secondary fuel cell up there that had a pump and all that stuff. Whatever, we did away with that, and we're kind of trying something new. I talked to my boy Abdul. He's got the world's fastest Speed 6 at the moment, and he has a pretty trick setup in his trunk of his Speed 6 that I'm kind of emulating. Just going to change a few things up. Not really, it's pretty similar. But I have a bunch of stuff here that is coming in and that's on the way. So first things first, I wanted to be able to monitor my fuel pressure for the secondary system inside the car. So I went ahead and bought a pressure gauge, like a glow shift gauge. This one goes up to 100 PSI. So I'll be able to monitor the fuel pressure from the secondary system in the car, which is very important. And then other things rolling in, I got 2 pre-filters, and you might want to ask why I have 2 pre-filters, because what's basically going to happen is I'm going to build a false floor across the back here and have a flat surface, and this tank is going to mount somewhere back here, all right, on a flat surface, probably some like thin sheet metal, something like that, and then cover it up with the factory carpet and everything to kind of make it look as factory as possible. But off of these 2 fittings is going to be 2 filters directly off of it, and then 2 fuel pumps, running 2 380 liter per hour pumps, and that will basically go to a Radium Engineering 4-port manifold. So the fuel pumps will actually bolt directly into this manifold that Radium makes to bring it down to 1 fuel line, and then we're going to run that fuel line all the way to the front and then run a return line all the way back to the top of the tank. And basically what it'll be is one of those pumps will get us 700 horsepower all day. Now, if we start running out of headroom for the fuel, we'll be able to have the other pump on a switch to turn on to supply that extra fuel that we need. So the other good thing is that if a pump dies and, you know, we're at an event or at the track, we can just flip the switch and switch over to the other pump, and we have no problem. So that is going to be an awesome failsafe. Speaking of failsafes, I have a AEM wideband failsafe on the way. You've seen it in Dom's car. I've had it in the other car before. But that is an AFR/boost failsafe. So if you go too lean or anything like that, it triggers the failsafe to cut the boost controller so that it just goes to wastegate pressure, so you don't risk blowing anything up. And then the boost side of the house, I'm going to get a hob switch to put on the boost source, and I'll have that set at about 2 to 4 pounds above what our target boost pressure is, so that we don't, you know, overboost to the moon if something were to go wrong. Now, you remember me talking to you about a huge product release that we had coming, and it was supposed to be here today. And a lot of you know that have been ordering parts. Sometimes you just get unlucky right now with the shipping companies and stuff doesn't go to plan. We just got pushed out an entire week on our delivery, and that was supposed to be the video I was shooting tonight. It was on the product release that we had for you guys, and I'm bummed because I really wanted to get it on and show you guys, but that's going to be another week. But I have parts showing up literally every day from now until mid next week to get everything we need to kind of wrap this build up and get everything in the car. My goal is to have this thing up and running in the next couple weeks, and that's with, you know, all our T's crossed and I's dotted. There's a couple things that I'm just waiting on purchasing because I've depleted a lot of funds, as you can imagine, doing all of this and then going through the whole car front to back to kind of get rid of stuff and change stuff that I didn't like. So I'm rebuilding this entire car, basically starting over, and it's not cheap for sure. And we have a drag car that we're building, and it's it's crazy. So this has a stock fuel tank as well, and that has a upgraded DeechWorks 65, which is like a 255 basically. I've heard really not so good things about DeechWorks, and I don't really know the status of the pump itself, so I decided to order a new Walbro 255 pump for inside the stock tank. Don't need that for the stock injectors. This car was a 6-port injection car before and had an upgraded pump, so I'm just going to toss another upgraded one in there and call it good. What else? We got all the rest of our hardware in from Chad at Racestetics. I got all my valve cover hardware right here. This is for, actually he makes hardware for the power steering pump as well, so I just ended up having him send these two, and then the throttle body as well. So all go everything, and it's gonna look sweet. So we're gonna get this whole engine, trans, and everything situated very shortly, possibly tomorrow. So there'll be videos on all that stuff coming. And then we're just waiting on fuel pumps and a bunch of other miscellaneous things I ordered. There's a new engine harness coming for the car that'll be here Saturday. This whole harness right here, I have a replacement on the way because there's a lot of things on that one I just didn't like about it, and I just want to be positive. There's, you know, replacing the whole harness that gets rid of a lot of issues I was having and things I was seeing in the harness. So that'll be good, and then we can start laying that on and getting that situated. Things are going to come together pretty quick once everything's here, because there's a lot of things that I have that are on the way to me right now that I can't do like one thing without the other. So once everything's here, I'm going to kind of package this thing up pretty good, pretty fast. So just like little stuff, man, like my slave cylinder down here, the boot and rod came off. The MS6 slave cylinders are really good, so I just ordered a slave cylinder off of Rock Auto, and I'm just going to basically use the boot and the rod off of it and put it back onto the MS6 slave down there. That way we have a good slave cylinder, and I also have a upgraded clutch line from Michael Ray at Ray's Mazdaspeed6 on the way too. That'll be here this week. So like I said, there's like so much stuff going on that it's just hard to track down. I'm just waiting for it all to get here. And then with the race car, the RX8, I told you guys everything that happened before. I'm not going to get in all of it again. Everything's good. He is focusing on one thing right now, and come next week, he's going to dedicate almost every day to the RX8 to get us done in November to have that thing back here in the garage. So there's a lot of stuff to coordinate with that, and we have some seriously badass plans for that car. And like when you guys see the final product of the fab work and stuff, it's disgusting. Like you guys are gonna freaking love it. It's like next level car, especially for me. I've never owned anything as crazy as that thing is gonna be, so I'm definitely pumped. So if you're not subscribed already, definitely subscribe. We have this car here, which is gonna be hopefully putting out 700 to 800 horsepower. Should have no problem doing that. That's my goal, is to get over 700 all-wheel horsepower. That'll be rowdy. So we have a Speed 3 that puts down some sauce as well. We have a nitrous vet. We have a Mazda RX-8 that is a like legitimate full-blown drag car and is going to be just sick. So definitely subscribe if you're interested in that stuff. Just constantly just trying our best and trying to make some great content for you guys. So yeah, that's really a garage update here. I do have some like real big boy adult stuff going on, and I am really excited about it. I want to tell you guys about it, but I cannot just yet because I want to make sure I'm fully prepared, and I don't want to let you guys down on this. It's epic, and I'm really just waiting on a couple things. Seems to be the trend, but it's gonna be epic, and I'm personally excited about it because it's something I've looked forward to doing for a long time, and I finally pulled the trigger, so I'm pumped. And you guys will see soon. But as far as gauges that'll be running in the car, fuel pressure for sure. I have a oil pressure gauge, and then the AEM failsafe will be one of them as well. And that's pretty much all I'll be wanting to look at, you know, in my face. And then the access port and data logging and stuff like that will take care of the rest. So really excited to get everything all together and get everything in, because honestly, putting the transmission and transfer case on is literally like, make sure that's all set up. It's like a half-hour job. And then the whole thing is packaged, ready to go to drop in the car. So that is like really not that much of work, and it's pretty easy. So getting it in the car, waiting for a nice day. It's currently raining outside, and it's starting to drop temperature here a little bit. So yeah, so plan for the next week or so, I'll be making content here and there to kind of start releasing to you guys, putting all this stuff back in the car. That'll be pretty epic to see and have everything come together. I appreciate you guys' patience. I just wanted to give you guys like an update video of what's going on. I will give you one piece of information that should hype you guys up on what we're doing. We are in a serious hunt right now for a shop. So you guys can let your imagination flow on what we're doing, but I will tell you, we're hunting it down. It is like almost impossible to get a shop in this area because they just, as soon as they're built, they're taken. So pray for us to get into something soon, because your boys are depending on it. So I'll leave you guys there with that. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming with this weekend and into next week. So definitely plan for some content. I'm trying to make this back area look pretty sweet, how the fuel system's set up, and then get the engine in the car and all that jazz, and just get this thing rolling, because I really want to make a trip out to Justin at FREEKTUNE and all the guys on the coast, and you know, make some good content for you guys, get this thing on a dyno and broken in and tuned and all that crazy stuff. So definitely stay tuned. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and until next time, we will see you later. Peace.